Hey everybody, welcome to this new video Tech Express. My name is Steven. I'm going to be showing you how to get started with the actual Google site. So I've been digging a lot to how to use the Google Sites. There's a lot of people who don't use Google Sites. They don't even use the Google Workflow, which I think they are really great tools that can be helping you to get started with the very first part of your trial, your business as an individual, as a content creator, whatever you want to do. So as you can see here, I am already into my Google Sites. So the very first thing you want to do in order to get started is to have an actual Gmail account. If you don't have a Gmail account, it's going to be just really easy just to type it into gmail.com, create your Gmail account. And as you can see, I'm already signed into my Gmail account. And you now have access to all the integrations of the actual Google apps. For example, there's a Google search, you have the business profile manager, you have YouTube, you have Google Maps, you have Play, News, Gmail, Google Meet, Drive, and much more. Today, we wanted to focus into the Google Sites. If you open a new tab, what I wanted to do is to look out for Google Sites. And this one should be now bringing me into the new section of Google Sites, which in my case, I have already signed it in. You're going to see something like this. So as you can see, in order to get started with the actual Google Sites, what you want to do is one of two things. You can start truly from scratch, or you can start with using an actual template. What I wanted to do is to get started with the actual new site. But if you don't know absolutely anything about creating something for like a website, you don't know anything about HTML, content, blogs, you don't have to worry about that. We can always focus into a template because a template is much more faster to get started with. And all the elements are actually right there. So what you just need to do is to double click there and edit the elements that you don't want to see and add your own. So you can see here into the site's Google templates, I have the personal one, I have the portfolio, I have some events, I have the help center, I have some project. So you choose the one that best suits for you. So remember that you don't want to focus into what is inside the elements. You don't want to focus into the style. You want to focus into what is like the template view, and then you can edit what you're actually seeing them. So in our case, let's say that we are interested into the class template. So I do love that there's an actual background image there. I see that there's a template text there. I scroll down here and I can see that it's actually looking great. So just scroll all your way down and check it out if this actually works for you. If it doesn't, you can always go back and look out for another template. If it does, then we can just move on into the actual next step. So moving on into the next step is just getting started with the actual customization with our actual template of our Google Sites. If I focused into the right part, you can see that we have the insert part and we can add different blocks. We have a collectible group, we have tables and content, you can add your button, you can add more elements that you're seeing into your template. If you focus into the pages section, we have different pages for our Google Sites. For example, here's the home section, we have the schedule section page and the newsletter. We can edit this as we are moving on into the Google Sites. And lastly, we have the themes. Now the themes is going to be helping you to figure out what is the content brand colors and the design, the custom design of your, let's say your brand or your company. If I clicked into create my custom theme, it's going to be asking me what is my theme. Let's go for Tech Express. And then it's going to be asking us to add a custom logo. If you already have a logo, just type it into this section and then I'm going to go into upload. So I'm going to hit into the document that I do have and I'm going to choose the logo of my branding, which is this one. And you can even add a banner image. If you don't have any of this, you don't have to worry about that. You can always create those later. And just a quick piece of advice, if you wanted to do this like right away, you can always go into canva.com. I'm going to leave you the link down below in the description so you can check out that great application where you can start designing almost any stuff totally for free. So if I go into canva.com, I can go into create a design and I can create, let's say for example, like a logo. And I can even go into search your content on Canva. I'm going to hit into logo. And once again, I can see that there's a lot of templates that I can use totally for free to create my own. For example, this one, or this one. So I just need to choose the one that fits for me, for my taste of goodness. And check it out here. I just double click into the elements that I wanted to edit. Let's say, for example, in my case, Tech Express. and I hit into show, I hit into download, and I download, and boom, we already have a custom logo right away in less than a minute, which I think is really awesome to have this great application with us. Moving on into the next section of the actual theme, what I can see is that I have some presets colors. The best color, all the colors are going to be presetted into all my actual theme. You can change this later. I can go into custom colors, and you can choose 3 colors that your brand or your company usually do. Like, this is more like a personality of your individual. In our case, we want to choose darker colors. We can always go into a new custom one. I'm going to hit into save. If you think that there is something in the preset colors you can choose, just hit into whatever you want to do, and there you go. Lastly, it's going to be asking you to choose the best themes and fonts for your titles, your headings, and all the elements that needs to involve what are the actual text. So I have the body text in here. I can do, let's see, for example, this one. I hit into normal and hit into create my theme. Based into what we chose before, my theme should now be created automatically in all the elements that are inside. My new theme are going to be added into the template that we have already chose. So now we have done like several stuff really easy and fast, which I think is really great. You can edit those later. You can see the colors, the text, the image, navigations, the components, and even add more spacing as you are checking out your actual themes. So now what we can do is to edit our custom theme website now that we have added our custom branding color section. So I want to go and look out for the double click of the newsletter. I'm going to go for tech and then check it out that we have this custom image. I'm going to hit into image and hit into upload. So you can choose your custom image in order to add this into your website, or you can add those directly from Google, as everybody does look out for some Google images totally free. If instead of choosing upload, I wanted to go with select, and then I wanted to go with by URL, or you can go into search. If you go into search, let's say for example that I want to look out for something related into e-commerce, I'm going to hit into look for, and it's going to be showing me lots of images that I can choose totally for free. In this case, I think that we can use something like this. I'm going to hit into select, check it out how it's going to be looking your image, and then just hit into OK. Now, in my case, I think that what I can do is just to delete the title, and I can add this new title down here below. So let's go for Tech Express Support. And there we go. So doubling click into my actual text, I can see that I can edit everything about my text. For example, I can change the custom size, I can change the alignment. I'm going to hit this in here, and I can go this for bold, for example. And there we go. Now I have the monthly newsletter. If you see, you can move this wherever you want it to. You just want to make sure that you are inside the website so you can move your stuff as you are moving on. So just edit all your elements as you are creating your custom website. You can even delete elements that you don't want it to see. And if you want to add a custom URL, let's go into insert. And here I can see that I have the YouTube stuff. So I just needed to click them. And this one is going to be asking us to what video you wanted to upload into your custom website. So for example, we want to be choosing one video of our own from YouTube of how you can do the optimization of Shopify. So I'm going to paste that code. I'm going to hit into search, and here's my video. I'm going to hit into select, and I'm going to move this, let's say like this in here. And now what I want to do is to add like a short description of what you're going to be seeing into this custom video. So let's go for it. This is a video about the optimization for Shopify on CEO, whatever. Just click into the element that you wanted to see. You can edit the alignment as we just saw before, and all the elements should be added automatically. Adding buttons and adding more elements like your social links are into the right part. For example, social links, you can just hit into the link that you have, let's say for example from Instagram, from Facebook, or for even TikTok, and you can add your custom gallery image for an actual button of how it's going to be looking. So I'm going to hit into select. I can hit into, let's say for example, linked Google image, hit into TikTok, and check it out. Here's my actual custom TikTok link. What is left to be done is just to check it out. This actual website is working. So what I want to do is to hit into published, and here's going to be asking you what is the publish to your website. In my case, let's go for Tech Express Support, and figured out if this one is actually available for me. In my case, it is actually not working because it says it forbidden reserved wood. So let's delete the actual support. Let's go for SPD. And this one is eligible to use this for an actual website. So what is left to be done is just hit into Published, and we have already been creating an actual website totally for free using Google Sites. So I'm going to hit into View. This would be opening a new tab, and check it out how it's actually looking, our new website totally for free. So I scroll a little bit down, here is my YouTube account, and here is the actual TechDoc link. If I click though, this one should be bringing me into the actual new section that says TechDoc. So my actual new website is working totally for free. So with that being said, guys, we have now reached into the very end of the video, but you now know how to get started with the actual Google Sites. So don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you don't want to see more great tools, how you can get started with all the new Google Workspace tools that should be bringing us totally for free for your branding, your company as an individual, content creator, and much more. So thank you once again for watching the video, guys. Hopefully we can all see you next time.